All right, Coach Williamson, go ahead and give us an opening statement.
That's a huge win for this team and this program. UTEP is a phenomenal team, and offensively, they have the ability to score the ball like pretty much anybody that we've played this year. So for the first set, I think it took us a little bit to get into it. We just weren't extremely tough. Didn't take care of a couple plays that we should have, a couple overpasses that just weren't as clean, and then just some miscommunication. But came back in set two and just got tougher, made a lot more plays, both defensively and offensively, and then I think our serve really picked up. So we're able to get them out of system a little bit more, which with a really good offense like them, it makes a huge difference for us. So, made some adjustments, which is something that I think, honestly, over the preseason we've struggled with at times as a team, and blocking was probably the biggest one that we changed. We had one block in the first two sets, and then we ended up with 10 blocks in sets 3 and 4, so 5 in each of those, and that's a really high number, but we just kind of figured out our timing, figured out our vision, and we're able to take away the space in front of them, and those are there are some huge ones that I think really made them have to think a little bit more offensively. So really proud of this team, proud of the way we fought, part of the way that we got better as the match went on, and obviously to go 3-0 in our home tournament is a huge feat and something that I'm really glad we were able to accomplish.
Yeah, there seemed like there was a couple times receiving serves in that first set was a problem. What was the discussion in between set 1 and set 2?
They're a good serving team. I think they're probably the best serving team that we saw this weekend. The ball just stays really flat, gets on you quick, and has a good amount of movement to it. So more so of just, there's certain keys that we talk about, early angles, early separation, and I think we were letting the ball play us a little bit too much. So we just want to be a little bit more aggressive on it, and I think it made a difference. Being able to pass inside the 10-foot line instead of beyond it, especially in some of our two-hitter situations, just gave us more offensive power.
Yeah, having 3 players with double-digit kills that match, what does that say about your depth offensively?
Yeah, we've said it. We've seen it all year. We've had quite a few matches where we've had actually all of our attackers at 2 kills per set or higher. And I think today they keyed in on our middles maybe a little bit more. I thought they did a good job of slowing them down a little bit more. And also our connection just wasn't as good as what it has been. So we were able to rely on our pins a little bit more. But, Kylan struggled the last 2 days, just wasn't quite in her normal routine, normal rhythm. And I thought she did a really good job today of kind of resetting. Doing a really, really good job hitting almost 400 against a really long team. I think she was a big part of it, and Lauren just continues to find ways to score. We had the one rally where I think she might have taken 6 swings, and she was exhausted by the end of it, but she stayed really aggressive, and that's what we got to do.
Yeah, you mentioned the blocking. You held them to 5% and an insane 0% in that last set. What is that? You guys obviously are a good blocking team, but what do you guys practice, to get better as the sets go on?
A lot of it is our vision and our timing. Those are probably the 2 things that we have seen the biggest correlation with our team of having success or not. And I felt like they did that at a high level today. But, obviously 5 of those errors, 5 of their 9 errors were blocks. But the other 4, I think, again, we made them think a little bit because we did get some of those big blocks that they were missing wide or long. So some of it, I think, was a byproduct of what we were doing at the net, that they had to do something they didn't want to. Normally, again, they're up there. They see a lot of space, and they're able to just take massive swings. And we slowed them down with our block, and again, made them have to do something they didn't want to do.
Yeah, it seemed regardless of whether UTEP went on a run or even won the first set, your team didn't get rattled. Do you guys work on mental toughness throughout the season, or is it just kind of the players on their own?
Yeah, we do. We talk about it a lot. The way we practice every day, I think, sets us up for success in that area. We really do believe in our depth, and we believe that we have a high level of volleyball being played in our gym every day. So they're constantly challenged. There's not many times that one of the sides is running away with a drill. And I think with that, we're learning about ourselves, how to stay mentally tough in those moments, how to stay really confident, how to take the big swings, when it could be a win or a loss. After it. But I think, too, that's what this preseason is so good for. We're playing really good teams. We're challenging ourselves, and we're finding ways to win, So, yes, we do work on it. Yes, we talk about it a lot. But I really think some of it is just what we see on a daily basis in our own gym is definitely preparing us for these big moments.
And finally, a quick turnaround heading into the final non-conference weekend of the season. Play right away again on Thursday. Short rest week, but another weekend where you only play one match a day. So obviously it has to be positive. What have you seen for the way they've battled through the perseverance and the adversity, especially this weekend alone? I mean, winning a set, losing a set, and yet here we are at 6-2 heading into the final weekend of the season, final weekend of non-conference play.
Well, I think a lot of it is, I mean, you've got to learn through games too. You can't just take advantage of those practices. And this week, though, we were able to get 3 good practices before we played on our home floor. So with that, obviously the opposite this week of just one off day, one practice, and then we hit the road traveling wise. But I feel like we're learning through these situations. We're learning through game moments, which honestly is some of the best ways to learn. And we've got some things that we know we can go back and work on and maybe get a little cleaner with. But I really like our mindset right now of being able to make adjustments and learn on the fly. And that's going to be really important for us. Different opponent every night. And with that, like the way we start is very rarely going to be the way we finish a match. So them being able to adjust, them being able to feel confident in those things that they need to see, do, or react to in order to have that success is huge. But, we'll obviously celebrate this. It's a huge weekend for us. Another day where we have over 1,100 people here. All 3 games were loud. The atmosphere was incredible. Now we've got to go do it on the road.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.